I'm Anna and you're watching Food Love. So fall is upon us and today I'm making a creamy pumpkin spice latte and a deliciously moist banana pumpkin spice loaf. Now is there any better way to begin fall? Now if you want to see how I make these, keep watching. So I'm going to start with the banana pumpkin spice loaf, and in this little bowl I'm measuring some salt, some baking powder, some baking soda, some ground cinnamon, and some pumpkin pie spice. Now to another bowl I'm adding a couple of cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add the spice mixture. I'm just going to whisk it in to make sure that all those spices get well incorporated into the flour, and I'm going to put that to the side for now. So in another bowl I'm going to peel and break up a couple of overripe bananas that I could not eat fast enough, but oh well, I found a good use for them anyway. So as you can see, I'm just breaking them up into pretty big pieces, and then I'm going to go in with my old-fashioned potato masher, and I'm going to basically pulverize these bananas because I want the consistency to be like baby food. Yes, like this. So to the bananas, I'm adding a bit of packed pureed canned pumpkin, and to that I'm adding some more pumpkin pie spice along with some vanilla extract. And I'm just going to give that a nice mix. That color is so beautiful. So I'm going to mix this up and I'm going to put this to the side for now. So in the bowl of my stand mixer, I'm adding 1 stick of room temperature butter. I'm going to mix this until the butter gets a little creamy, and then I'm going to add some sugar. Now I'm going to let the sugar and the butter mix together until they get nice and fluffy and light and creamy like this. So I'm just going to stop the mixer and I'm just going to take a spatula and I'm going to scrape down the sides of my bowl. So then I'm going to add 2 eggs, one at a time, making sure that they're well combined before adding the additional egg. And there's that second egg. Get it nice and mixed with the butter and the sugar. And so I'm going to stop the mixer again here, and I'm going to again scrape down the sides of the bowl. So now that beautiful bright orange pumpkin and banana mixture, I'm adding that to our butter and sugar mixture. And right now I know that mixture looks a little grainy and crazy, but don't worry about it, it's going to be fantastic. So I've added the flour with the spices. I'm going to mix this until it just comes together about like this. And then just with my spatula, I'm going to fold the batter onto itself just a couple of times, very gently. So I have a loaf pan that I've greased with some coconut oil and floured, and I'm just putting that batter into the loaf pan. I'm going to shake it out, spread it out with a spatula. I want this batter to lay evenly in the pan. And then I'm going to kind of just wrap it on the counter a couple of times just to ensure that it gets all of the air out and flattens out like this. And then I'm adding a layer of turbinado or raw sugar to the top of this. When this bakes up, it's going to create kind of like a crust on the top of this pumpkin spice loaf that's going to be so delicious. And I bake this off for about 1 hour and 10 minutes at 300 degrees. Yes, it takes a while, but it is worth it. And look how pretty. So now on to our pumpkin spice latte. So to a heavy bottom saucepan, I've added about 2 tablespoons of that same canned pureed pumpkin. And to that I've added some sugar and of course some pumpkin pie spice. And I'm just mixing this up on low heat, and I'm kind of cooking it a little to get some of that pumpkin flavor. Even though the pumpkin is cooked fully, still has kind of that raw pumpkin taste. So here I've added 16 ounces of evaporated milk. Now I took a 12-ounce can and I diluted it with 4 ounces of water. And as you can see there, I also added a pinch of salt to bring all the flavors together. And I let that go until it started to steam. Now I'm going to make my espresso because this drink has espresso in it. So I am taking a lot of coffee and I'm putting it in this French press that I have. And I have added some really hot water into the coffee grounds. I've stirred it, let it sit for about 2 minutes, and then I pressed it. And then I set it to the side. And then the milk mixture that we made with all of those delicious spices and pumpkin, I put that into a glass measuring cup, and then from there I poured it into my blender, and I just whizzed away at it until it got nice and frothy and foamy. And so now it's time to assemble this beautiful drink. So I'm just pouring in the frothy milk mixture with the pumpkin and the pumpkin pie spice and the sugar. And now here's the espresso portion, is the hot, really, really strong coffee. I'm just gonna top that off with some whipped cream. And I'm just gonna sprinkle for garnish a little more pumpkin pie spice. And then we're just gonna plate this up. Look how pretty this banana pumpkin spice loaf really looks. I'm just gonna also hit it with some powdered sugar. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys, so you can get all of my videos. And as usual, I'm wishing you joy and lots of food love.